Hey, what is up guys, my name is Eric, and in today's tutorial we're going to be going over the second state for our finite state machine, and that is the quantity state. Now in the previous tutorial we started focusing on setting up the enumerations as well as structures needed for our vending machine to work. Not only that, we also created a few other variables to keep track of the current status, as well as loading up our vending machine by creating a soda array. Not only that, we also worked on the first finite state machine case, which is called the select case, which basically allows the program to display the current status of the vending machine as well as the amount of points the student has on hand. And not only that, it also allows the vending machine to ask the user what kind of drinks they want from the vending machine. From there, we were able to get the drink that the user selected and store it into something called a selected drink, which is then stored inside of our soda variable called soda selected soda. That way, the selected soda variable can be accessed throughout our different case scenarios later on in this program. Okay, so let's get started, shall we? So inside the quantity case, which is the quantity state for our finite state machine, we're going to focus on creating the functionality that will allow the user to input how many of that drink that he or she wants. So first off, let's give them instructions. So cout, how many drinks would you like? And then we'll store that value into an integer called order quantity. Cin order quantity. And then next, let's see out some more instructions. So cout, your order has been received. This way, it's just to confirm with the user that their order has been received. And then let's see out the order quantity. And then sodas. End line. Okay, so now that we've received the order quantity that the user wants, we're going to access that selected soda value to see what soda it was. So we're going to have to use a switch statement again. So switch, and then inside the parentheses, would access the selected soda's data member for brand name. That way we could identify which drink it was that he or she selected. So case Coke, break. Case Pepsi, break. Case 7-Up, break. And then default, we'll just say cout invalid amount received. Line, and then current status will equal, let's say select, take them back to the beginning and then break. Okay, so inside the case Coke, Pepsi, and 7-Up, what we're going to do now is check the order quantity's value. So what I mean by that is we have to make sure that the order quantity is not a negative value and that the order quantity is a number that the vending machine is able to provide. Meaning that the order quantity has to be a number that is less than the amount stored inside our vending machine. However, it has to be a positive number, which means that it has to be greater than or equal to 0. Okay, so to do that, we're going to use something that we're all familiar with, and that is the if-else statement. Okay, so inside the if conditional parentheses, we're going to check whether or not the order quantity is a negative value and if it's a number that is bigger than the amount stored inside of our vending machine. So to do that, what we're going to do is type in order quantity is less than 0, or order quantity is greater than the vending machine's inventory for Coke. So that's what you do. Next, we're going to cout not enough in stock, end line. And then we're going to update the state back to the select state, and then we'll do cout end line, just for formatting. So basically what happened so far is, first off, we checked if the order quantity is negative or if the order quantity is greater than the amount that the machine can provide. We want to display not enough in stock. And then we'll update the current state so that when the condition is over for this case, it'll come back to the beginning and ask the user for a new drink all over again. Okay, so however, what happens if the amount is just right and we are able to fulfill the user's order? In that case, inside the else statement, what we're going to do now is we're going to take our user to the calculate state. So current state equals calculate. Okay, easy enough, right? So again, we're going to repeat this for the next two drinks. So just simply copy this entire if-else statement and paste it into Pepsi and 7-Up. Now the only difference that we're going to make for Pepsi and 7-Up is the index value for our inventory. So vending machine 1 and vending machine 2. That way it'll access the inventory for the specific soda's inventory value. Okay, so you're probably thinking, okay, we must be done for now, right? Well, kind of. Okay, so at this point, let's test our program and see if it runs. As you can see, it has build errors. Now, one thing I forgot to add in the previous tutorial is what we have to do is outside of our outermost switch statement, which contains the current state selection, we have to wrap that entire switch statement inside a while loop. So while true, and then opening curly brackets, and then delete the last bracket, and then find the curly bracket that closes off your last state for your outermost switch statement. So that should be the one before the return 0, and add an extra curly bracket. So everything should be automatically shifted over for formatting. So as you can see, this entire state switch statement should be inside of our newly created while loop. So what this while loop does is once the program does all of those states and then it updates the state, it'll go back to the select state, and not only that, it'll keep asking the user so that it could keep on accepting new orders. Without the while true loop, the program will only run once and that'll be it. Okay, so if we were to try and compile this program again, it should work this time. And as you can see, it does. So let's give it a test, shall we? So let's say we want 7-Up this time. So 7-Up is 300. And then it says, how many drinks would you like? Well, I will like all of it, so 10. Enter, and then it shows your order has been received. You place an order for 10 sodas. And as you can see, the program just stops here and it does nothing else, because that is all the code that we've created so far for today's video on the quantity state. So in our next video, we're going to be focusing on creating the code for calculating the prices as well as getting the users money from their pockets. If you like this video, be sure to hit that like button, and if you have any questions or comments about this program so far, please leave it in the comments below and I'll be sure to reply. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.